Hello everyone, my name is KDS119. Welcome to episode 5 of the Faction Warfare Chronicles. Before we begin, I want to give a shout out to Thanatos Marathon, who has been on me to put out this video ever since the very first fleet that we were in. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about logistics. Now EVE, like many other games, has a healer in it. The healers are the logistics ships. Now first off, we're going to cover the various types of logistics ships. Any ship in the game can fit a remote armor repper or a remote shield repper. What sets the logistics class apart is the fact that they have huge bonuses to these type of modules, not only in repping amount, but distance. They're able to assist other ships at great distances. There are frigate-sized logistics ships, but those will not be covered in this. We will only be covering the cruiser class logistics ships in this. Let's go ahead and talk about the Tech 1 versions of the logistics ships. These ships are designed to use the medium remote assist modules, respectively either armor or shield. On screen now you have the Augurer. The Augurer is meant to rep armor. It works best when coupled with other Augurers so that they can cap chain together. As you'll notice, it has a huge bonus to energy transfer amount, but it lacks the capacitor and the recharge rate to work solo. On to the Osprey. The Osprey is a shield repping logistics ship. It is the shield counterpart to the Augurer, in that it needs other Ospreys to cap transfer between each other. Now we come to the Executor. Like the Augurer, it has the ability to rep armor. Unlike the previous two, the Executor does not need to have another ship cap transferring with it to keep its cap up. It has the ability to work alone. Instead of the cap transfer bonus, it has a huge bonus to logistics drone repair amounts. Now we come to the Scythe. The Scythe is the shield counterpart to the Executor, in that it has the ability to work alone, and it has the huge logistics drone bonus. Now that we've covered the Tech 1 versions, let's move to the Tech 2 versions of the logistics ships. Unlike their Tech 1 counterparts, they're able to fit large remote assist modules, meaning that they're able to rep huge amounts of both shield and armor, respectively. These ships are able to land meaningful reps on battleship-size hulls, whereas their Tech 1 counterparts are unable to do that. On screen now we have the Guardian. Much like its Tech 1 counterpart, the Augurer, it reps armor and has a huge bonus to cap transfer, but it's able to push out far superior reps and far superior amounts of capacitor. Even with the ability to do this, it still needs other ships to cap transfer between it, because it doesn't have the recharge needed to work alone. Now we have the Basilisk. The Basilisk is the Tech 2 version of the Osprey, and is the shield counterpart to the Guardian. Just like the Guardian, this ship needs other ships to cap transfer between it. Onto the Oneros. The Oneros is the Tech 2 version of the Executor. Now just like the Executor, it repairs armor and it is able to work alone. It doesn't need other ships cap transferring between it. It has a special ability aiding in its use of remote tracking links. This can greatly help out its fleet mates in helping their guns track much better. The Scimitar now is the shield counterpart to the Oneros and the Tech 2 version of the Scythe. Just like the Oneros, it has the remote tracking link bonus, aiding in its fleet mate's ability to track when used. Now that we've talked about the various types of logistics ships and their uses, I have a combat situation for you. In the following engagements, I was one of the logistics pilots on field. There were 2 Executors in this fleet. The rest of the fleet was comprised of Vexers or Navy Vexers, who were cap transferring and remote armor repairing each other. Now, as stated before, you can put remote assist modules on any ship. Their reps weren't nearly as effective as ours were, so we were there to help keep them alive. As many seasoned logistics pilots know, it is best practice to broadcast for reps. This is the fastest way to let your logistics know who needs reps. But in this particular engagement, we had all agreed prior to just use the watch list. There is a problem with using the watch list though. There is a lag there. Instead of being able to quickly lock who is broadcasted for reps, you need to search through your watch list and then apply reps. Later in the video I'll explain more about this. Until then, let's go ahead and get to the fight.
Close the gate at 1,000. AB's on, guys. AB's on. Lock up your cat buddy. They're yellow boxing. Starting the red box. They got damage.
Okay, cap chain up.
As I stated before, we were using the watch list. Now notice here on the watch list how Yoon Kwai's name is flashing red. That means he's taking hits. Now since I'm an executor, we're not worried about repping his shields. He can break through his shields, but we don't want him to break through his armor. So I need to get him locked up and start sending armor reps his way so that his armor tank will hold.
Guys, cap chain up.
He's getting hit.
Cap chain up.
Now notice once I've got Yoon locked up, I only send 2 reps. If he needs a third one, I've still got it open, but I keep the third one open just in case someone else needs reps.
Sindri. Guys, AB's on towards rupture. AB's on towards rupture. Drones out, drones out.
Which drones?
Ogres, guys. Smoke, go get him tackled. Cornelli and the ogre.
Okay, Bird is taking hits.
Taking damage.
Another fleet mate is now taking damage. I move quickly to lock him up and send my third open rep to him. Now I notice that he's starting to break a little bit. My other fleet mate is holding fine. I don't think anyone's shooting him at all. So I pull reps from him to put on Bert to make sure that they don't break his tank.
Okay, boys, pull your ogres in, pull your ogres in. We're gonna switch to hammerheads. Alright, Smoke, good try. Boys, pull your ogres in, pull your ogres in. We'll switch to hammerheads. Just stay on you, stay on you. Keep range on Yoon 1k, guys. Keep range on Yoon 1,500. That'll keep you better aligned up.
Which system are you in?
We're in Aki.
Okay.
Alright, boys, launch hammerheads. Launch hammerheads. We're gonna go for Cornelli.
Now that we've got the basics down, let's go into a more advanced logistics fight. The next fight that I have coming up for you, I use some very advanced techniques, on the fly and very quickly. These techniques can sometimes overwhelm a pilot. It can take time and much practice to be able to do this very quickly. And even to this day, I make mistakes in the heat of battle, even after countless battles of being logistics. To enlighten some of the newer players that may not notice, our fleet is split between 2 different systems. We've got an enemy fleet on the other side of the gate I'm about to land on, and our FC is also on the other side. But we're on this other side, trying to figure out which side we're going to engage the enemy fleet on.
Actually, burn in. Okay, boys, I'm gonna.
Which gate?
Rupture's landing. Okay, he jumped. SFI jumped. Landing. XG burn back.
Jumped into rocket.
Guys, they're jumping into you.
There's only 3 of us here on gate.
Inbound.
We're getting about 5
Derby
seconds
coming in.
Guys, get point on that SFI. Get point on that SFI.
If we can, we will. Most of the time in engagements you won't find logistics pointing or dealing damage to the enemy, but this fleet was a little bit odd. The FC had requested both executors, the other pilot and myself, to fit points and damage drones. There is a potential fallacy with this. As you'll notice here, I aggress the ship, and I get a weapons timer, which lasts 60 seconds. Therefore meaning I cannot jump out of the system and to help my other friends on the other side of the gate for 60 seconds.
XG tackle someone. XG tackle someone.
Scram.
Point on
Go
the
for flex.
rupture.
They got weapons SFI as well.
Web.
Point on flex. Point on flex. I'm gonna start damaging.
Boys, you're gonna have 2 jumping into you.
Bump them if you can, guys. Just get them.
Bones on.
In there.
Fuck, he jumped.
Okay, you got 2 boys that are gonna jump. Vexer and a rupture.
Now that I'm no longer engaged, the weapons timer starts to count down. Like I said, it has 60 seconds before I can leave the system, That means docking up or jumping through a gate.
Okay.
Alright, let's get captain up there.
Go
Yeah,
get
we're
one
gonna
on SFI's aggressed. SFI's red boxed. Get all DPS on SFI. Get him scram down XG.
We're jumping into you guys.
Not yet, not yet.
Yep. Well,
You got him scram webbed?
yep, I do.
We got gate fire on our
Captain
side.
up.
Okay,
Boys, you're gonna have a rupture jumping into you. You're gonna have a rupture jumping into you.
cap chain
All
is
right,
up.
get ready. Cap chain.
They're coming
Derp.
back. They're coming back.
Okay, boys, get ready. Get ready. XG, I got cap chain up. Okay, I
Okay.
need Vesk and Derp jump in. Vesk and Derp jump in.
Hold one.
Hey, they're about to all. Okay, they're yellow boxing. Hey, boys,
Jumping.
jump, jump, jump. Boys, jump, jump, jump. All DPS Zillit. All DPS Zillit. Guys, overheat
Young.
those reps.
Jan's gonna need reps.
Overheat those reps, boys. Overheat those reps. Jump, jump, jump. Overheat those reps. DPS on Zillit. Oh, DPS on Zillit. Reps, boys. Reps, 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 reps.
Working on it. At this point in the video, it's going to get really complicated. I'm going to be assuming that you have a moderate understanding of EVE game mechanics. As you've been hearing the FC calling for overheated reps, as a new player you don't have the capability to overload anything. You gain this ability by training a skill called thermodynamics. With thermodynamics, it allows you to overload various modules. Now, I'm not going to go crazy here and explain all about thermodynamics. You can read about that in other sources. But specifically, we're going to be talking about overloading of the remote armor repair modules. Now, doing this will make them cycle faster and make them push out more armor HP per rep.
Reps on Jan.
Upon landing, it's looking very grim for our FC. He's already into structure. I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to save him. Remote armor repair modules and armor repair modules rep your ship at the end of the cycle, not at the beginning. Shield modules rep at the beginning of the cycle. So upon landing, I overload all my reps and immediately send them his way, hoping to save him.
Overheat, 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 overheat.
They land. Oh, damn. Sadly, the reps didn't make it in time. They almost landed on him, but he was down before they could finish their full cycle.
Okay. Well, yeah, XG needs reps.
Working it.
She has cap on. Okay, primary.
Who's primary?
Vexer, bombs, primary. We're gonna go for the Vexer of tongues.
Another one of my fleet mates is now taking damage, and I see that his tank is breaking very quickly. I move quickly to throw all 3 of my reps on him, maintaining 2 of them overloaded, so that they rep a little faster and they give him a little more HP to help sustain him. We just lost our FC. I don't want to lose any more fleet mates. Amidst this commotion going on, I've also locked up an enemy rupture and sending damage his way through my drones. It's not advised for beginning logistics pilots to fight while also trying to rep their fleet mates. It's sensory overload, and if you're not used to it, it could end up very badly.
This is my prime.
Reps on
XG's
XG.
jams. XG's jam.
Got reps on XG.
Somebody called primaries.
Now the enemy is splitting their damage between 2 of my fleet mates. XG is still taking the brunt of the force, but Durv's tank is also breaking. Once he reaches half armor, I send a rep over to see if that'll sustain him. Seeing that they're both breaking, I overload all of my reppers, trying to save both of them at the same time. In doing this, XG starts to hold and actually begins to regain armor, but Derv is not able to hold with 1 rep, so I try to move reps over while maintaining XG also.
Somebody
Any
get a
cap.
point on the SFI. Somebody get a point on the SFI.
Okay, Durf caps up. XG needs reps.
Now it looks like Derv is actually starting to regain armor, and his tank is holding. They've moved back to XG and focuser fire, so I switch all my reps back over to XG to try to save him. The enemy fleet and us are playing a dangerous game. They're bouncing between targets, moving the damage back and forth to see if they can break our reps.
Someone take squad 2 command. Do it quick.
Somebody get a point on the Vexer up tongue. point on the vector of tongue.
Point on tongue.
Point on tongue.
The enemy's now completely focused fire on Derv, and his tank just melts even under my reps. I try to overload to save him, but it's just not enough.
Derv down.
Primary is a rupture of Lomi.
Cap chain's up. They're working on next G.
Primary is a rupture of Lomi. Just secondary the vector of Andre. Somebody get a point on the vector of Andre.
That Vexor tongue is scrammed and webbed.
Strand web. Somebody get a point on the vector of Andre.
Next shield.
Lomi and left is primary. Second of Andre.
Point
No,
on
tongue,
Andre.
tongue, get tongue next.
There.
Tongue should be secondary.
Yep. Okay, guys.
Terminates reps.
In the heat of the battle, I failed to notice that my fellow executor is taking damage. As you just heard, he called out needing reps. So I quickly lock him up and send reps his way.
Andre.
Bajran's jammed, Bajran's jammed. Nope, not jammed.
One on the vector of Vladimir.
Yuri's
I
here.
have a point.
Point on Andre.
Good fight, guys.
Oh shit, burned out.
I got him.
Luckily, my fellow executor's tank held, and now the fight is over. Sadly, during the engagement, we lost a couple ships. But after looking at the battle report, it turns out we came out ahead, killing considerably more of the enemy than we lost. And I think we're going to call it there. I would like to thank you for taking this time to watch the video. I hope throughout the video you've learned something about logistics. If you have any questions about what happened in this video, please feel free to leave a comment, or mail me in game, and I'll gladly get back with you. Until next time, guys, fly safe.